Welcome to I Am the Cute One, the most chaotic school dance in the podcast universe.
Listen, you got through the week like we got through 9/11.
And a recession.
And the Special K diet.
And the time that James Franco hosted the Oscars.
And Ben Platt's wig and Dear Evan Hansen.
TGIF.
Hello, I am Donnie and I am the cute one.
And I'm Chelsea and I am the cute one.
TGIF, cuties.
TGIF.
In middle school, my teacher, Mrs. Jaquette, I wonder if she's still alive. She was the one with the wig with the sunflower in it.
Sure, had a twin sister, famously taught you how to color. I'm familiar.
Yeah. Dudley Dollars. She used to start every week with a different language, like bonjour class, or konnichiwa class, or hola class. And instead of hello, I am Donnie, I wanted to say, hola, yo soy Donnie. So I think every week I'm going to start.
Hey, I love when we're just workshopping on the fly on this podcast. Now, cuties, if the vibes seem weird today, if we're seeming both sleepy and manic, it's because it is very early in the morning. A little behind the scenes tea. We usually record our bonus episode first to warm us up, to get us speaking in full sentences. But I am currently on day 6 of this snowmageddon that took place in Maryland. Day 6 of snow days, day 6 of my daughters being home. I am a single mom who has a husband who's upstairs with the girls right now, telling them to shut the fuck up. Things aren't
Good
well.
song,
To quote Dorinda, who's quickly rising on the ranks of my nemesis list.
Oh, thank God.
I'm not well, bitch. So, cuties, if you hear screaming in the background, all is well. Dr. Bald's up there with them, but you can only do so much, you know?
That's very true. I am not stuck in a house with 2 girls for 6 days, but I still, for some reason, feel like today's my first day on Earth. First of all, I Instagram FaceTimed you for no reason.
You sure did. 5 minutes before we started recording, I get a ding-a-ling-a-ling, and I look, and Real Donnywood is calling me from Instagram, which I didn't even know you could do.
I felt like that little girl from that Vine that's like, I'm a grandmother.
You know, when we're just quoting Vine willy-nilly, we know that we're really off the tracks from the beginning.
So I felt like her.
It's freaking bats!
I wonder
Love
what she's
her.
up to, yeah.
She's on Instagram now. Hilarious as ever.
Oh,
Stand-up
send me
comedian
her.
star.
How old is
Marvelous
she? Old
Miss
enough
Maisel
to be a
who?
guest?
No, she's like 14 or so.
Okay.
So
4
a couple
years.
more
We're
years.
coming for you. This is
Yeah.
our Mary Kate and Ashley countdown, except not perverted. So also, I'm not used to some of the things in my house yet. I'm still new. It hasn't been a month. And then you may recall my roommate moved in a week after me. She moved in with the French press coffee maker. And I had one at my old house, but this one's a different size. So I don't know how much coffee to put in it yet, whatever. Plus, when she wasn't here yet, I did buy instant coffee. So I went through that bag finally of the instant coffee. And now I'm on to real coffee. But I'm just drinking brown water right now. I didn't put enough in. I can assure you of that. This is coconut cream flavored brown water.
Do you need to go take a break? Can we push pause and you can make some real coffee? We are going to be recording for the next 2 hours.
No, because I have to heat the water and then I have to French press it. That'll be like 10 minutes at least. I'll just drink this. And then if I need more caffeine, that's what Diet Coke's for.
Okay, well, we accept the love we think we deserve, Donnie. And I think you deserve more than brown water, but who am I?
Thank you. Well, the flavor's still there. Coconut cream flavor. I love it. Like a Girl Scout cookie every time. Now, I just said all that. That makes people think, hey, is he an alien from Mars? But I'm not. However, I think my boyfriend thinks I am. He always tells me things in like a I'm worried about you way. Like, make sure you're wearing a scarf. Are you wearing your boots? Like that kind of stuff. And it is annoying. And I tell him like, careful. I'm a Pisces. I don't like being told what to do. But it is still from the right place. But yesterday he made me breakfast for the first time. It was very nice, very thoughtful. It tasted delicious. But as he was making it, he said, so I'm making turkey bacon, just so you know, it doesn't get crispy like real bacon. I'm like, do you think this is my first interaction with anything? I know what turkey bacon is.
Dr. Balt does that shit to me all the time. I forget what he said the other day, but I literally stopped what I was doing. I think I was eating a meal that he prepared naturally. So, you know, circles become circles. But I think I literally put down my fork and like swiveled in my chair so that I could look him in the eye to say, what did you just say? Oh, it'll come to me because it was so egregious. I do sometimes give the energy of Michael Scott presenting Oscar in The Office with that little doll and him cracking up being like, he thinks so little of me that he thinks I made this and he's grateful for it. That is sometimes the energy I exude in this world where I do sometimes have to pause and say, so my closest loved ones really think that I am a fucking moron. You might remember that when I was pregnant with my oldest, I would call her Patches because all I could eat was Sour Patch Kids. And there were people in my life, dear friends, who said earnestly, are you really going to name the baby Patches? No, I'm not going to name my human girl child Patches. What do you think of me?
That's crazy, but I do understand how people got there. Second, I'm not going to take a break to make coffee, but I am going to take a break to move this computer back. I look so large next to you, and it's giving me a complex.
Okay. Next week, Donnie's going to log in, and he's going to just be sitting on that couch back there, holding a microphone, like a little tiny speck of dust on this earth.
If I get a light up sign, you know I'm going to sit on that couch from now on.
I think you should. You could. You did the last 2 years from a couch. This one is just one where the stuffing's not coming out.
So today marks day 1 of my 50 to 40 journey. I'm doing it on Instagram, but for a long time now, I've thought, hey, I have a gimmick. When I reach 50 days until my 40th birthday, I'm going to do a countdown and do 1 vlog a day so that I can, at first I said live in the moment, but that's actually the opposite of it because I'll be taking out my camera.
Just create content.
Yeah, for 50 days in a row, I'm going to create content, little video vlogs, as they're called, of what I'm doing that day.
Okay, now do I want to be nice or do I want to be mean? I'll do both. Would you like to start with the nice or the mean?
No, start mean.
We couldn't have done 40 to 40?
50's more content, and 50 is a more palatable number.
But you're turning 40. Don't you feel like 40 days to 40? Like Jesus
No, it doesn't have
in
a ring
desert?
to it. 40 to 40 is nothing. I don't like it.
Okay, all right. I mean, God bless you. 10 more days of grinding out that content. Now, here's the nice side of it. I do think that you will crush this type of content because I loved that moving video you did. And I do think that the juxtaposition of the influencer voice you do in the voiceover of like, today I woke up and had my nice brown water.
Oh, I need to take a video of that.
But yeah, I do think that the juxtaposition of your influencer voice with the rancid, nasty, rotted, evil shit you say is perfect.
So today is day 1. Yesterday, I did something very cool, and I recorded a video of that. So that was really day 51, but I'm going to lie and say it's day 50.
I mean, if we're already doing 50 to 40, there are no rules.
Thank you. You may ask, why did you need to do 51, Donnie? Why couldn't you just do 50? Well, that's because yesterday, day 51, I took a scenic tour of New Jersey.
Are you just trying to get me to double down on all of the places I hate that I should not hate?
No, I ignore you because just like conservatives, like I just don't agree with your opinion, so I pretend it doesn't count.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Thank you. So we went to a scenic tour of New Jersey, me and one of my best friends, Kara, from high school, who will be at Big Brother 40. We went to the Snooki shop first, located in Madison, New Jersey. First of all, she sells tanning lotion, but she keeps it at the front of the store. So as soon as you walked in, like I was sure there was going to be like a room where you could tan in a tanning bed because it smelled just like a tanning salon. It brought me back quickly. Then there is like cute boutique stuff. And I don't know if like traders fashion is in just publicly in the world and that's how people dress now, or if like Snooki is a fan of traders or if Snooki wants to be on traders.
Oh, she would be incredible on traders.
I know. I need to cast season 5 because whoever cast season 4 lost the plot.
We'll get into that later.
Okay, great. Can't wait. 40% of her store was like very Traders Express coded. It was so cute. Big buttons, short skirts, tweed. Loved everything about it. Then like 20% of the shop is like Where's the Beach or like Pickle Queen, stuff like that. The note is everywhere on shot glasses. I've never seen a font so small. The full note on a shot glass. Mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, etc. You may notice, I'll move this mic, I am wearing my Snooki Shop New Jersey merchandise. I also bought a Where's the Beach candle. Make this Patreon exclusive.
Like what you're hearing? Head to patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne for more.
There you can find uncut, unedited, and unhinged video and audio footage of current episodes.
That's patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne. See you there. Picture it, me 19, driving down the coastal highway in the Outer Banks, flicked my cigarette, learned my lesson. It surely did fly right back in that window and burn the shit out of me and burn the shit out of my chair.
I hate smoking so much that even when you use the prop cigarette, it like makes my stomach hurt.
I know. That's why I use it.
I know.
I wouldn't have kept my Danny Zuko cigarette. That's why I break it out when you're really pissing me off.
No, you did it for traders too when I wasn't pissing you off. And I was like, ugh, I do not like this at all.
Well, that was just because I needed something. This was my fidget spinner because I needed something to keep me grounded so I wouldn't fuck shit up, which I almost did. Go back to our Patreon behind the scenes for how I literally almost like in the very beginning gave away who one of the traders was.
But also, if for some reason you didn't watch the replay of Traders yet, go watch that too. There was someone in our Patreon comments that was like, this somehow missed me, and I'm watching it for the first time now, and I don't think you advertise it enough. And it really is good quality. So go back and watch Traders if you haven't. The full Candle story is behind the paywall, but then we went to Rails, the steakhouse that they go to all the time on Real Housewives of New Jersey. But before we dined in, we were going to go to Melissa Gorga's boutique, but it was like...
Closed.
No, not closed. It was open until 6, but it was too far away from where everything else was, so we were like, another time. So we went to Rails, the steakhouse, but before we did, we stopped at Teresa Giudice's old house, and it is...
You really did take a tour.
We did. And now Teresa Giudice's old house is only 4 minutes away from Rails, so that was easy. We could add that in equally. In fact, when we were at the Snooki store and told them everything we had planned for the day, they were the ones that said, oh, Teresa lives right by Rails. You gotta go. We're like, thank you. Love everything about you. Also, if anyone is wondering, Snooki is at the Snooki store often. We asked.
But not the day that you were there.
No, not the day we were there. And it said if you spent $100, you got a free gift. And I was like, what if Snooki just comes out of the back for a photo? That's the free gift.
That would be very us-coded. Like one day if we have our own boutique where we sell merch that says God knows what, it was a Friday, etc., we would just be like waiting in a closet for somebody to spend $100 of like, and here we are. Would you like to hear why I'm mad at my mom this week?
I love that. I think people would eat it up. We could come out of the fitting room, like behind the mirror.
Yeah. We've been watching you. Did you do the fingernail test?
So then we went to Rails. The food was incredible.
You talk about Rails like you've never been. You and Nor have gone to Rails more than any restaurant I think I've been to.
I've only ever been twice. This was my third time. Third time's the charm, I say. But also, Chelsea, they changed the menu. Okay, first of all, now I really need to defend myself. The first time I went to Rails, Nor and I only got dessert. We went to dinner somewhere else from Real Housewives of New Jersey, where I got spicy chicken parm. Then we went to Rails for dessert. The dessert was great, so I was like, I need to come back and really have their food. For Nor's birthday, I went for her birthday and had food. And they had escargot as an appetizer. You know I got one just for me. Then, when I went this time, escargot was off the menu.
Oh, no.
I know. So I was really looking forward to that. But we did get crab meat stuffed shrimp. Incredible.
That seems a little human centipede for me. I don't like when they take one type of meat and stick it in another type of meat. It feels insidious. It feels Frankenstein.
I loved it. I'm no vegan. Fill her up. If they would have put that shrimp in a cow next, or even better, veal. Anyway, also, you'll notice, this is not in recommendations, but I did watch the first 3 episodes of Ryan Murphy's new show, The Beauty.
Is that the one with Ashton Kutcher and Meghan Trainor?
Meghan Trainor so far is only in one scene and she gets thrown out a window. If they cast her like that in everything, I'll watch her. I'll support that career. Because she's also in that scene with Ben Platt and he gets pushed across the room and punched in the face. So like that was a scene that I was just eating up. But the whole show starts like this. Imagine Bella Hadid down the catwalk, glamorous, a model, cheekbones for days. Then she's thirsty, parched even. Anyone with a bottled water, she punches in the face and drinks their water on the catwalk. People are taking social media videos. What's happening? What's happening? Water, water, water. Then she just can't get enough water. She runs down the street, gets on a motorcycle, chugging all the water she can drink.
Oh my God, like Luann waking up in the Berkshires. Water.
It was. They should have casted her. At one point, she opens the toilet and just splashes toilet water on her face because she can't get water. She just needs all the water she can drink. But she doesn't get enough because then she explodes. Guts everywhere, all over the police.
Oh.
Then you learn there's an STD going around. And if you get it, you become beautiful instantly. If you're fat, you're thin. If you're old, you're young. If you're creviced, you're flawless. So all these people that used to be really ugly are now models. They're yachting. They're having the time of their lives. But then after about 2 years, nobody knows why. They just explode into guts.
So here's the question for you. 2 years of being the hottest level of hot you could ever achieve, but you explode in the end. Are you getting that STD? I knew it would be a pause for you to think about it.
If you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would say yes instantly. But here's the thing, and this is beautiful. Personally, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. So I would say, like, why risk it? I might, find that level of success or that level of, like, what I would get from being that without it. So maybe I won't do it. But also, the world might be over in 2 years anyway, so why not?
That's true. When you put it that way, if we're going to be going out in a ball of fascist fire, why not be hot when you're doing it?
Yeah, at least then I can, like, go to a Fox News conference and know that I'm going to explode and just all over. So that's everything I did
Cuties,
this
just
week.
a reminder, it's going to slip in. We're not existing in a vacuum. We're not acknowledging the horrors that continue to persist. But we do try to make this a safe space where we can find joy and giggle together, because joy is an act of resistance. So if it seems tone deaf that we're not immediately at the top addressing everything,
You never heard us sing, so we are tone deaf, but also there is a reason for it. Wait, we're not ready to get to recommendations yet. I didn't go enough down in my outline. This is the biggest thing I did this week, a 24-hour day trip. I had to beat the storm. I changed what time I was coming back to New York and everything, because I was like, they're canceling trains. I'll get stuck with my family, and I literally have to work tomorrow.
Montage.
It was. I know. But I was going back to New York, unfortunately, to go hide in the library or whatever. Burning books. That's me on Fox News. So
Link in the show notes for some resources. Go on, Donnie.
So I took a 24-hour trip to Pennsylvania because I had to work on Big Brother 40 props, Chelsea. We got a lot done. I was going to use poster board for the memory wall. I bought 2 easels, a poster board on each, pictures that will be printed on color on one side, and then when you're kicked out, flip it to black and white on the other. But then my mom said, Don, we just got a new TV, and the thing that they have to make sure it doesn't break is like thick cardboard. So now she cut that in half for me, and now we have that as the memory wall.
I love that.
I know.
Now, I did submit my headshot to you for BB40. And
you did.
You weren't happy with it. I thought I look adorable. I even posted it to my stories and said, remember when I didn't know I was bisexual? I'll put a picture here. I thought I was channeling my inner Jane Wickline.
You were giving the Renee Rapp concert before Renee Rapp came on stage. Remember when I was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my entire life? It was at that concert when everybody at that place looked like you in that picture.
Literally, we had the same out-of-body experience where I looked around and said, oh my God, I've never felt so safe at a concert. Like, I don't feel like there are any predators anywhere. It's just like girlhood, women kissing, putting gems on each other, living their best life. And I look over and Donnie is like, he has just realized he's at Midsummer or whatever that movie is called. But no, I thought it looked so cute. And then you said, so this is a first impression.
Well, that was my follow-up. First I said, are you sure?
Yeah. But I wanted to tell a story because this is what I said to you. I said, this is a first impression. I want to try to convey as much as I can about me and really put forward like who I am as a person in this headshot. And you said, so what I'm hearing is you have just said, this is people's first impression of you, and yet you put on this raccoon shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So agree to disagree.
I felt like I was looking for Waldo. He could have been sitting on your shoulder. I never would have saw him.
Where's the good first impression? I'll find it somewhere.
So I recommend, if you haven't sent in your Big Brother 40 headshot yet, to not take one that looks like that. What else do you recommend, Chelsea?
Okay. So, number 1, I recommend if you are like me and stuck at home, day 6 of the snowstorm, the Who What show. I don't know where it's streaming. My girls have found it, but it reminds me of The Lonely Island, but like for kids, and it teaches history. And my girls are obsessed with it. They're learning all about Sacagawea. They're learning all about history, the way that history should be taught.
Do they sing this? Probably not, because it didn't age well, but we learned it in elementary school.
And here he goes. He's about to sing it.
Sacagawea, Indian girl, young and yet so brave.
No, they don't sing that one.
In fact, we had a guest, and I don't know who she was. I don't know if she worked at a museum. I don't know if she was an author, a children's book illustrator like Susan Meyer. I don't know who she was, but some adult woman came to our school for one day, and she was brought to our multipurpose room where a crowd sitting on the floor. Like, we weren't even brought up to the stage. We just sat on the floor and sang for her that song.
A reverse experience. She came to your school to hear you guys sing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm.
I have so many follow-up questions for the programming director of your school because anytime there was an assembly at your school, it never ends the way it should. We've got ripped Bibles in a public school. We've got the child called It reveal. And now we've got a
good
woman sitting down listening to a group of kids just singing their heart out in a racist way. Anywho, so I recommend that show. I also, because I've been snowed in, I did read 3 books this week.
Oh, wow. And you read them with your eyes, right? Or
With
listen?
my eyeballs.
That's crazy.
I know. Real crazy. But if you want to hear me talk shit about the 3rd book, head over to our bonus episode this week because I got to tell you, The House Across the Lake. The 2 I recommend, though, very different vibes, but Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. I think it's been picked up for either a movie or a miniseries. And if it hasn't, what are you doing, Hollywood? It's right there. It reminds me of that bird show with the redhead mixed with White Lotus. Very good.
Okay. But it's not, like, scary at all?
It's the same level of scary as like a White Lotus where there is a murder. But I like it because it's a murder mystery, but you don't know who the victim is until the end. And you don't know who did it until the end. But all of the chapters are from different people's point of views, including this like influencer guru who's so full of shit, but she like buys her own bullshit. So I loved the chapters from her perspective. And then the other book, again, very different vibe, but I read Under the Whispering Door. 5 out of 5 stars. I am obsessed. It made me cry. It's about death, but it is like in a beautiful, wholesome way. It's a queer love story. Anything by DJ Clune these days is like a warm, gay hug in these trying times. So definitely recommend.
I love that. I didn't read this week. I tried. In fact, I tried.
Nobody's making you. You don't have to read if you don't want to, Donnie.
No, Chelsea, listen. I was going to surprise you. Today's my first day on Earth. I don't know what turkey bacon is.
I remember what it was. The dumb bullshit that Dr. Bald said to me.
Oh, tell me.
Okay, so as I said, 2 feet of snow, full crust of ice on the top.
Mm-hmm.
I was going out to shovel, and he said, make sure you don't wear your Vans. It's really slippery out there. I know I do wear my Vans every day. Vans, I'm waiting for a sponsorship. I am 36 years old, and there's 2 feet of snow outside. I own snow boots. You've seen me put them on. You thought I was going to go out in ice to shovel snow wearing my low-top Vans? What do you think of me?
Well, we know now. So I had in my library queue for some time, I wanted to surprise you with it, the first Fourth Wing book. I was going to read it. And it arrived the other day for me to read, and I was very excited. And then downloaded it, and the first page was in Russian. And I said, maybe this is like a gimmick. You know how like sometimes they'll give you a quote on the first page, and then you get to the book, or they'll
Or they're
give
speaking
you
like Elvish.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, maybe this is not meant for me, and we'll get to it. Went to the next page, still Russian. So then I looked, and I sure did download a Russian version. So it will be sent to me again, but in 14 weeks.
I loved that book. That was my favorite series that I read last year.
I remember. That's why I was going to surprise you with it.
You already did surprise me. Even if you never read it, you remembered a fact I told you about my life.
It's not much, but here's what we got. So then instead, I borrowed a book called Yes, Daddy, a gay thriller about gay sex or whatever. So looking forward to that. Haven't started it, but I did start Starfleet Academy on Paramount Plus, and I can't say enough wonderful things. First of all, the lead guy is so hot, and for the first like 25 minutes, he has a long haircut. So for those of you who don't know, Starfleet Academy is a Star Trek spinoff or whatever, but this one is about this boy who's from the wrong side of the tracks or stars or whatever, and he is then brought in by Holly Hunter to go to a high school to be like Starfleet or whatever that means. I don't know. I've never seen any other Star Trek thing in my life, but this is set in a high school, so I am watching. Anyway, he's so hot, had long hair, looks so good with the long hair. I literally said, I don't even want to see him with a haircut. And then he walked through this portal, and when he came out the other side, he had the haircut. It's like I manifested it, but he looked even better with a haircut. And I told my boyfriend, never mind. Hubba hubba.
Auga.
Yeah.
So one more reminder, we are over on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. In the comments, weigh in. Do you like my headshot? Are you still looking for Waldo? Also a reminder, patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne. The unedited version of every single show is over there. For the main feed, cuties, we are currently at minute 44, and we have not hit the headlines. God knows what I'm going to cut for this episode. So patreon.com/I'm the cute one if you want to listen to the rest of it.
This week, Ashley Tisdale hung out with Haley Duff. Bridgerton Season 4 began. The Glambot guy was called out for rude behavior. Noah Khan... Fuck you. Chelsea wrote in the comments how to pronounce his last name, Khan.
Do you
Again,
know?
like it's my first day on it. You say it every 3 weeks. And then I say that that's a character's name on Pretty Little Liars. So I always think I'm going to be excited about him. And then I look at him and I'm not.
Well, you only recently started listening to me when I talk. This is new for me, Donnie. This is my first day on Earth.
Noah Khan announced a new album coming out in April. Dax Shepard continued to be a weirdo on his podcast. Jennifer Grey announced that she would be in a Dirty Dancing sequel that nobody asked for. And Leighton Meester revealed the secret to a happy marriage is just liking the person you're married to.
Well, let's move on to headlines. I'll go first.
Okay.
So Carl Radke's book, Cake Eater, is out. That has not made it to my lineup of books to read yet. Perhaps I will.
Do you at least know why it's called that?
I have no idea why it's called that, Donnie.
I need to Google it because that means eating ass.
It does?
Cake eater, yeah.
Well, he did say the best blowjob he ever received was from a man.
What if this is his coming out? Now I might read it.
I know. Anyway, so in honor of that and as a little promotion, Chrissy Teigen took to her Instagram. And this is actually a really sweet story. She thanks Carl Radke for helping her get sober for the second time. She wrote, "I'm grateful to Carl Radke, not only for the years on Bravo he has blessed us with, but because of his honesty and openness around his journey with sobriety. As you know, I've had my own," and she talks about how she was sober for over a year, but then she went back to drinking. She says, "I promised myself it would be in a mindful way. I wanted to be able to have a glass of wine on a date night with my husband, to be able to toast on birthdays, how lucky I am to have the life I have. I want to enjoy it." And she says slowly the alcohol creep started, and it went from, oh, I'll have a glass of wine, to then quiet moments at home were for wine. The time went from 6 p.m., 5 to 4 to, oh, hell, it's lunch, why not? When it got to 11 a.m., I was like, oh, fuck, here we go again. Chrissy goes on to say, "Within the same week of talking to Carl, I stopped drinking again. I had been in talks for Star Search, and I knew that if I was given the incredible chance to be on the show, there would be absolutely no fucking way I'd do it with alcohol in my dressing room." So she says that she really credits his openness and honesty with getting sober. So way to go.
So this is just a nice thing?
I just wanted to throw in a bit of niceness.
Oh, I was waiting for you to turn this around and say, like, what a fucking idiot.
Well, if you need some more on-brand things, I will say Carl's teeth are way too fucking big for his head still.
Okay.
My God. Talking about looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Hey, do you want to go to his sober bar when we go? I don't know how far it is from anywhere we hang out, but when you
It's
come to New
right
York...
by my brother's house. My sister-in-law walks by it all the time. She says it's a ghost town, so I think we'll be able to saddle right up to the bar if we go.
Oh, love that.
But that would be
Great.
fun.
Yeah.
I wonder if kids are allowed there.
It's fucking juice. If they don't let us in, I'll say that.
But they're
What are they
treating
gonna
it
do?
like a bar, which is, I think, part of the branding issue.
I hate it.
Well,
I'm
do
going to
you
say,
want to
let
go?
these girls in and have orange juice, for God's sake. Yesterday at Rails, I had a mocktail, and it was called Figure It Out. You know I love a theme drink. Figure It Out. And it was fig infused. So good.
Oh, I thought it was like they give you a drink and you have to figure out what's in it.
If you got a prize, I would do it and say...
Now, one more reminder about Summer House. I am going to be covering it. My scientists are coming back out from retirement. I am excited because Carl has been doing press for this book, and he does say that the fist fight he gets in with Kyle, it's the biggest fight they've ever gotten into. Him and Lindsay are friends again. They took to social media. Lindsay was laughing, giving him a birthday present, which was just a photo book of all the mail from the house that they shared that came for him. Because, you know, he moved out because they broke up. So she just, as his birthday present, presented him with all of his mail that still comes to the house.
Oh, I like that, though.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful. I feel like in the times we're living in, we need to send it. We need more life. Summer should be fun. And I'm praying that a good season of Summer House is on the horizon.
Fingers crossed for you. And if
you.
not, figure it out. One of my friends read Carl Radke's Cake Eater, so I just texted him now and said, well, I Googled it first. Why is Carl Radke's book called Cake Eater? Nothing on Google. So then I texted my friend and said, why is Carl's book called Cake Eater? And he said, you know, I listened to it and I'm still unclear. So Cake eater. Anyway, I've come to discuss Sydney Sweeney yet again. She got in trouble this week because she threw bras on top of the Hollywood sign.
What?
You didn't see any of this?
No. I've been reading.
Oh, good. She has a lingerie line now. So for an ad, she like has cameras follow her like a little prank, but like it's an advertisement. But she like has a string of bras, like you're making like those chain links in your basement for Christmas decor. These are made of bras, and Sydney Sweeney and her team threw them over the Hollywood sign, like party decorations, but filmed the whole thing. Like it's not like a Banksy where like, where did these bras come from? Oh, the tags say Sydney Sweeney. Maybe we'll check out her line. Like, no, it's very clearly her doing it. So whoever's in charge of the Hollywood sign, like the LA Department of Land or whatever, is currently like looking into taking further action.
Isn't that a felony?
Probably. You can film on the Hollywood sign. Like there have been movies and stuff that have done that before,
But you
like
need
people
permits
climbing
and
up.
stuff.
Exactly. And she didn't do any of it.
You know, I'm sure that the Fixing Famous People guys have done Sydney Sweeney, but if they haven't, I'm going to DM them because I have some ideas for what she can do. And most of it is just stop.
Let's move on to Cutie of the Week. Mine is Carly Rae Jepsen. She announced her 8th studio album, but unfortunately, she's having a baby soon. So I do think... I know.
God.
I get mad when famous people I like have babies because that probably means she won't go on tour with the new album. She'll drop it and then take care of a child. Okay.
Cutie of the Week, not her baby, says
The
Donnie.
album is Cutie of the Week.
I hear you. Okay. My Cutie of the Week is Ron from The Traitors.
I want him as a guest.
I do too. I've been all over his comment section trying to support him because I hate how he was treated on that show.
Me too.
Yeah, right now, my one comment under his post is doing quite well where I said, I wouldn't tell Dorinda about my family either, Ron.
Well, I didn't even make it that far.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, so where did you leave off?
I watched the first 3 episodes. They dropped in a row. Then episode 4, I think that was, spoiler alert, we will be talking details. Episode 4, I think, is the one Monet went at the beginning of the episode. And I was like, Tiffany at the end. I didn't even make it that far because once Monet left, I was like, I see where this is going. And Dorinda and Michael Rappaport, and I know in the future Michael Rappaport does get kicked out, but like Michael Rappaport and Dorinda is just like an energy that is too toxic. I don't want to bring that into my heart. This is the happiest I've ever been. I think it's for a reason, cutting people like that out. Then I was like, let me just fast forward to the end, watch The Banishment. When Tiffany was banished, I said, oh, absolutely not. I'm done. Like Law and Order, done. So maybe if Dorinda goes soon, I'll tune back in, but I still have no interest.
And I don't think she's going anywhere. I do want to say we're recording this on Thursday. The most recent episode comes out tonight. So I'm talking about the first 6 episodes, I guess. But yeah, so one of the things that comes up is like Ron got the Portia vote wrong the first time. He led the charge. I wish that any of the housewives, and I feel like Candace was trying to hint at it of like, Portia says stuff out of pocket all the time. I wish they had said like, this is a woman who thought the Underground Railroad was a train.
Who thought there were 265 days in a year. I said the same exact thing about both of those things.
Yeah.
Like Candace hinted that Portia's an idiot, but she didn't flat out say it.
Yeah, and for being such a housewife that he's almost a housewife himself, Michael Rappaport, a.k.a. Superfan, a.k.a. a man who was on Watch What Happens Live again this week. What are we doing here? But like for such a superfan, you didn't know that about Portia? You couldn't turn to the table and be like, she's a beautiful woman, kind of a ding-dong. Don't think that she meant this, kind of don't feel like she has grasped the rules of the game yet. But Ron, that has now been held against him for all of time. Meanwhile, we have Jurgen's face Colton out here literally conducting a witch hunt every single week. Every week, it's like, well, I'm going to play even harder now because I'm a faithful and this is how I'm playing. And it's like, why are we still mad at Ron for episode 1, but we're fine with Colton doing this?
Yeah.
But all that to say, part of why Ron was treated so terribly is like one of Dorinda's gotcha moments was like, I haven't heard anything about your family. I asked questions about you, and he like snaps and he's like, because I don't want to fucking tell you about my family.
Did you see the interview he did where he said, like, producers flat out told Dorinda, like, stop saying what you're saying. It's not going to make it to the cut anyway. So what you're saying is just wasting time and is, like, nasty.
I didn't know that, but I figured something like that was going on behind the scenes because I've watched enough reality TV to know when there's weird continuity. But there was a point at the round table where he said, like, I'm not going to talk with you because I don't think we can do it in a respectful way. And the only thing we had seen was him saying, like, I'm not fucking talking to you about my family. And that felt so out of character for him. I'm like, that's a man who was like pushed to finally say something to her.
Yeah.
So I figured something was behind the scenes. And Dorinda is truly rancid energy.
And this is why I had to step away, because not watching the show is one thing, but I am a part of the internet. So then when you watch the show, even if you like watch a video of Tiffany talking about it, it like adds to your algorithm. So then all you see is traitor shit. So then you have to see these comments from fucking idiots that are like, oh, not Ron coming for our queen Dorinda. Like, are you a human being? Are you watching the same thing I'm watching?
They're not. That's the thing.
And I also think Peacock needs to take a page from CBS's casting department and do 50% people of color as well.
100%. I think they're going to have to after this season because it's pretty egregious.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's talk about the Michael Rappaport of it all. So
Okay.
I know you didn't watch. I know you are familiar that he got
Yes.
banished. I loved that the first 4 episodes, the round table was like, I don't know. I think he might be a traitor. No human could be this annoying on purpose. Like, it must be a ruse. It must be a game. Like, he must be covering for something because no person could just be this self-absorbed and selfish and rude and nasty. Like, this has to be a cover.
Yeah.
But then by episode 5, they're like, I think he's a faithful, but he is this fucking annoying. So let's get him out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the parallels from the woman who was on Survivor, Natalie, when she said, like, let's get the votes together and get him out.
Yeah.
Because apparently on her Survivor season, she also said a similar statement and voted out a homophobic
The exact same
person.
words, she said. Not similar. Exact. But then
Iconic.
Natalie and Tiffany were on a press tour together, and they were talking about like how Natalie won Survivor and Tiffany won Big Brother Favorite. Tiffany was like, well, at the end, America's Favorite is a bigger deal than winning. And Natalie was like, no, I'm a winner of a reality show. I got $1 million. That's the bigger deal. And Tiffany said, you had 9 people vote for you. I had half the country vote for me. And that gave me chills just saying it.
Tiffany was great all the way out.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved watching Candace really struggle with like,
Yeah.
and she didn't end up voting for her. Honestly, this season feels like it was meant for me because finally the world is turning on my longtime nemesis, Michael Rappaport. And I've been a Candy gal from day one, and I think she's playing it brilliantly. Nobody else could have done a conga line and it's somehow gone under the radar. I was so frightened by that.
Bad editing again. When she does the conga line, someone is like, oh my God, finally. So I do think she had been talking about one at least for earlier in the day, and it finally happened. But like, to not put that in the edit just makes her look crazy.
Yeah, but I think they wanted it to look crazy.
Yeah.
I wish then afterwards, when we know that she's safe and still under the radar, I wish they would have done a flashback of like, here's why this didn't shake anybody. But
Yeah.
what you gonna do? Traders, if you're looking for editors, me and Donnie have lots of thoughts. The last thing I will say is it is annoying to me that because Colton is apparently, and I'm not a Bachelor girly, so I didn't know about the fact that he planted a tracking device on his ex's car and all of this. Like, he's getting a complete rebrand of like, he's come out of the closet, and I guess that absolves him of all of his past creepy predator behavior. So I didn't know any of this. I just got bad vibes from him because inherently I hate all men. But I do hate that because he's a piece of shit, I have started noticing the pendulum swinging back to like being pro Michael Rappaport. We can exist in a world where both of these men are absolute garbage goblins. We don't need to pick. Anywho, I still am enjoying the season. I'll keep giving you updates.
Thank you.
But I really need to see some of these people go so that the people I want to see get more screen time. Because like Johnny Weir is starting to play. He put together like a little alliance of the faithfuls because he's like, we can swing the vote if we just stick together. Now, he did immediately include Rob and Candace. So not like smart gameplay, but at least he's playing the game.
Love that. And that's it. If you liked this episode, send it to someone else who might enjoy it. Cuties, thank you for tuning in and listening to us once again. Like we touched upon in the episode, there will be actionable items in the show notes if you want to click any of those places. But we thank you for sharing joy with us.
Yeah. Take care of yourselves.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Love you like a sister.
Thank you for listening to I Am the Cute One. If you want more, head to patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne for uncut, unedited, and unhinged video and audio footage of current episodes, as well as even more bonus content.
And if you like what you heard, please be sure to leave a 5-star rating and subscribe to our show. And to help us grow this community of chaotic cuties, share an episode with a friend you think would pass the vibe check.
And to see the madness, check out our YouTube channel, where video footage from all current episodes are posted weekly.
You can follow me at Real Donnywood on Instagram and all other social media platforms.
And if you want more of my personal brand of chaos, check me out at Oh No Chalice.
Talk to you later. Love you like a sister.